Hi, I'm Dante Clark, and I'm here to talk about the most meaningful thing I learned in class this year. Now, before I get into what I learned this year, I wanted to just set some background. Before I got into class this year, I was pretty selfish. And when I say selfish, I do not mean that I was wanting a lot of material things and always getting them. But what I mean is that I was selfish and unwilling to give to others. Now, this could be seen in A, my community service, or B, giving to others, whether it be money or just time in general. I was always putting myself first and always thought about what would happen to me before I thought about helping others and how they would be affected by my actions. And so when I got into Christian ethics class this year, this all changed. I realized that I really needed to change the way I was thinking and how I was acting in my life. Christian ethics class I learned was kind of teaching me how to kind of rebuild my whole way of thinking, and that's when we talked about all of the theology, the different philosophers, and this really changed my view on how I treat myself, how I treat others, and just how I act in the world. And so during this first semester of Christian ethics, a pretty influential thing happened to me. I got to experience the Urban Plunge immersion trip for the first time, and on this trip I got to, even though it was only 10 minutes, not even, from the Bellarmine campus, it was a whole new world to me. I never even knew that all this poverty, homelessness, and just injustice was right around the corner for me, and that no one was talking about it, and that I'd never even thought about going to help or change this place. And so I got to meet all these people, and before going I was a little nervous. I was saying, I'll apply some of the things I learned in Christian ethics class so far, the ways of thinking, general happiness and how to bring others to happiness, and so something like that. But I really didn't know how that was gonna go. I was afraid. What are they gonna not like me, or am I gonna be afraid to talk to them? I didn't know how it was gonna go. But after experiencing this and not only making breakfast for them and serving them and learning, from the city's point of view how we can help this issue, I realized that these people are human, just like me, and that a lot of them, to be honest, just fell on bad luck. They had jobs, they've had families, and that one little misfortune happened and they were on the streets, or they're struggling to support their families. And so I realized that my way of thinking had to change. And so when I got back from this trip, I just got in my car, and the biggest impact this whole first semester Christian ethics and this trip, this immersion trip, Urban Plunge, had on me was that now when I was driving down the street and stopped at a stoplight on the corner, before I would never stop, roll down my window, say, "How's it going? Hope you have a good day. Here's something. Hope this helps." Before I would just drive by without looking, but now I know that just even that simple interaction, acknowledging them and giving them money, that makes the world of difference to them, and that they can use that dollar, that $2, that $5 a lot more than I can use it. And so now that I learned how to think the first semester in Christian ethics, I brought this new way of thinking into social justice class this semester. And in social justice class this semester, I learned how to take these new thoughts and ideas I had and how to put them into action. I learned how to further improve my presentation skills, and I learned how to use social media, videos, and all of that stuff, and how we can really spread this message of how and why we need to help these disadvantaged people in society, and prophetic actions, poetic actions, so many different ways that we can convey this message, and we all have this one goal of helping others. And so now, going into my life, going to college in 2 years, I'm gonna continue the ways I'm thinking and now acting and trying to further improve and then also improve the way others think. And so I can continue what I've learned in this class throughout the rest of my life. Thank you.